Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Miko's Cuisiko. I'm here with Miko. Say hi.
Hey guys, welcome back to Miko's Cuisiko. I'm the co-host, Miko de Cuisiko.
Today, we're going to be making Dango milk tea. Notice how I didn't just say Dango milk, like the Genshin dish. I've got an explanation for that, but if you just want to get cooking, then I've left timestamps in the description below. This video can also just be a tutorial on how to make Dango and milk tea separately. Anyways, we originally wanted to make lore-accurate Dango milk. In A's story quest, you actually get to talk to the vendor who invented the drink, Tomoki. He describes the creation of Dango milk as such.
When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk.
So we tried doing that, and boy was it a terrible idea. We successfully made the dango, but working it into a viscous form was just plain impossible. We tried using anything from silverware to my bare hands, but the dango still wouldn't mix well with milk. It might be possible by using a food processor or blender, but it would be a pain to clean, and I doubt that the people of Inazuma had access to those. Out of ideas, it was back to the drawing board. After drinking the dango milk, A had this to say about its texture.
It's a little bit like... porridge?
I recalled a mochi milk tea drink that I really liked, which perfectly matched this description. Mochi is essentially a softer form of dango, so I thought that making this would be the right choice. However, mochi isn't dango, and I really wanted to stick with the dango recipe that I made. Making an entirely new recipe for mochi would be time-consuming and frustrating. And that's when it hit me. Dango milk tea. We would make dango and roll the dough up into tapioca-sized balls. And instead of regular milk, we'd make milk tea. I know, I'm a genius. So, with that out of the way, let's start cooking. Miko, can you tell me what ingredients I need for the milk tea?
Sure thing, Cat Gopher. So, for the milk tea, we used water, brown sugar, black tea bags, and we also used milk, but you can use half and half instead.
This recipe is meant to make 4 cups, but feel free to adjust the amounts based on how much you want to make. Let's start by boiling 4 cups of water in a pot. Next, put 4 tea bags in a large container. Pour the hot water into the container and cover it. Let the tea sit for 5 minutes. This is called steeping, which allows the contents of the tea bag to be properly mixed with the water. You can now add brown sugar, stirring until it's fully dissolved. The amount can vary based on your tastes. I added a whopping 12 teaspoons of it before I was satisfied, but it is for 4 servings after all. Finally, pour in 1 cup of half and half or milk, and stir until fully combined. Now, you're ready to refrigerate the milk tea while we move on to the fun part, making dango. Miko, what ingredients did we use to make dango?
We used glutinous rice flour, powdered sugar, and water.
Flavoring is optional, and we used matcha powder and strawberry powder. Pink dango is often flavored with sakura as well. That being said, you can use whatever flavoring you'd like, and even food coloring if you just want to make them look pretty. However, with the rice flour and water, you want to be very precise in the amount that you put. For example, too much water will yield an unsalvageable liquidy mess. Don't ask how I know that. Anyways, make sure you have 1 cup of glutinous rice flour. Measure out 2 to 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar as well if you want the dango to be sweet. In a large bowl, mix the 2 ingredients together until fully combined. Next, measure 1/4 of a cup of water. Listen very carefully here. Pour the water into the bowl with the dry ingredients and start kneading by hand. The dough will likely not be soft enough, so keep adding water teaspoon by teaspoon until the dough has a Play-Doh-like texture. Here are some optional steps if you intend on making differently flavored or colored balls. Separate the dough into 3 or more equally sized pieces, then spread them out in separate bowls. Add the desired flavoring or color to each piece. We used 1 teaspoon of matcha powder and 1 teaspoon of strawberry powder for our first 2. Traditionally, the white dango is left untouched. If you're using food coloring, 1 drop to each piece should be enough. To form actual balls, you can start breaking off small pieces from your dough, rolling them into small, tapioca-sized balls, which are about half an inch wide. You have to be quick about this. Dango can dry easily, making them harder to form over time. If you're just here to make traditional dango, make the balls like an inch wide instead. You can now start boiling water in a pot. Once the water has started boiling, you can dump your dango balls in. Stir occasionally until the balls start floating, then wait at least 30 more seconds. Fill a separate bowl with cold water, then transfer the cooked dango to it, preferably using one of them spoons with holes in them. This will let the dango cool. Remember the milk tea we made earlier? It's time to take it out of the fridge. Pour the tea evenly into 4 separate cups. Leave the tea bags in the original bowl. We don't need them anymore. Now, drain the dango. We used a strainer and ran cold water over it. Finally, pour even amounts of dango into the milk tea cups. And with that, we've made dango milk tea. It's not exactly like how the game describes it to be, but it wasn't exactly physically possible either, so this is the next best thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun cooking for you guys. As always, Miko's channel is linked down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.